Hit him. Hit him with it, Tono. I said hit him with that Boogie Woogie, baby! Woo! That really takes it out of you the first time you do it. Let me tell you. Alright. They say you don't learn curse techniques, you're born with them. I say otherwise. I say if I want to boogie woogie with my boy Tono, I'm a boogie woogie with my boy Tono. And ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. But with that being said, let's get into the rest of the video, what we're actually here for, not me and my stupid antics. Okay, so for full disclosure and full transparency, that was obviously not my actual initial reaction to watching the episode, but it was very, very close. Minus the teleporting around the room, that was basically what I was doing, and I don't think I clapped quite as much, and I was probably a lot louder. So, yeah, that was actually a pretty close reenactment, believe it or not. I also, for full transparency, am caught up with the manga, so this is all just old stuff coming to life off the panel for me, which is almost even more enjoyable. To see something you love come even more to life than it already did in your head. But yeah, considering this is just an episode 20 discussion, this is something I'd like to do more often, just talk about different episodes and things that happened in them and discuss those and go into more detail on them. And then maybe kind of trail into talking more about it and how it's worked more in the manga going forward. Obviously, if I ever talk about something that has not happened in the anime yet, I will tell you beforehand. That way I just don't throw out a random spoiler for an anime-only viewer. Trust me, I'm fine with anime only. That was me for a long time. For a long time, I didn't really read a whole lot of manga. So, anyway, moving on. Boogie Woogie is dope. Honestly, Hollow Purple's at the end of this episode. Obviously, if you've seen this, you've probably seen the episode. Hollow Purple is insane. Gojo, in general, is insane. So, I kind of just put Gojo and everything he does in its own little capsule, kind of just of insaneness. And it just kind of goes over there, and it's just great. But over here, where literally everything else is, outside of Gojo and what he can do, Boogie Woogie is the shit. I love it. It's one of my favorite things in the entire series. It helps that it comes from Tono, who is just wonderful. Chado. Because Tono is a straight up Chad. 100%. He is a Chad of Chads. His alternative ego, I don't even know. I'm dumb brain. Leave me alone. English bad. Chado. Anyway, I'm not going to call him that. Going to call him Tono. Tono is nuts in his application of Boogie Woogie as well. You cannot tell me you would be anywhere near as good with Boogie Woogie as Tono is if you could use it. This dude is smart. Even to think of the idea of clapping as a fake out. It's so simple, yet Jesus, it works so perfectly. This truly is, to me, Boogie Woogie is the pure embodiment of simplicity working better than something that is complex. Obviously, we like things to be complex. We like characters to be complex. We like their movesets to be complex. And that goes outside of anime and manga into real life. Sometimes I like simple things. Sometimes I like a burger with some cheese, mustard, and ketchup on it. I don't always need 10 fixings on my burger. Sometimes I like some carbs and dairy. Mac and cheese. Carbs, dairy. It's great. Simplistic, and it tastes wonderful. That is Boogie Woogie. Boogie Woogie is the mac and cheese of anime moves. It's so simple. He just claps. Two things can switch places, as long as they have enough cursed energy. That's it. That is his technique, within a certain range. Obviously, it doesn't work for the entire world. That would be insane. But that's all it is. And you just add the different timings you can put with it. The fake outs when it comes to clapping and not clapping. The fact that you can bluff 4 to 5 times in a row with it just by not telling the person all the little details, or the one main detail that I said about just anything with cursed energy being high enough. It's so malleable that it's just, I can't get enough of it. I want Tono to just show up in every episode and just use Boogie Woogie for some reason. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you right now, that doesn't happen. That's not a spoiler. He doesn't use Boogie Woogie in every single chapter, but I wish he did. I wish he did. Oh, man. It's too good. I love it. It was literally worth waiting 27 years to see it. I guess I'm showing my age now. That's fine. I don't really care. Anyway, it was worth living for 27 years before getting to see that animated. It truly, truly was, and I'm sorry. I know this has been 5 minutes of me just gushing about it. I guess I've gone into a little bit of detail over the 5 minutes, so I guess I shouldn't feel too terrible about it. But yeah, and Hanami even says it in the episode that, well, she doesn't say this specifically, but Tono and Yuji being a huge muscle-bound, hit hard, just rock-solid, brutal fighter like Tono, and mixing with Yuji, who, yes, obviously Yuji hits very hard. He has a shit ton of strength, but he's an agile type fighter. He's very quick on his feet. He's very mobile. He was fighting Tono, and he literally freaking grabbed a tree limb, flipped around, kicked, missed the kick, flew up into the air off the tree branch just to get out of the line of sight to drop back down on Tono. That's some agile ass shit right there. That is not what you would call a brawler, as you would probably call Tono. Now, calling Tono a brawler, that dude got some smooth ass moves for being that big ass brawler type. This dude's like flipping and spinning with Yuji even though he's twice his size. I love it because they're both catered to those different styles, but they both mix well into the others. Like Tono is huge, strong brawler, but he quick with it too. He's smooth, he's quick, he's fluid. Yuji is quick, smooth, fluid, but man, he hits hard too. And it's just, they work so perfectly together because they are so similar but yet so different. So when you use Boogie Woogie with somebody like that who can keep up with Tono at a similar or the same pace, but yet is just a completely different mismatch in style, mismatch is the wrong word, completely different style, that makes, that, like Hanami said, that adds an entire new level to it. Because you can't attack Tono the same way you would attack Yuji. You can't attack Yuji the same way you would attack Tono. You can, it's not going to be as effective though. Yeah, I mean, you're still just hand-to-hand fighting at the end of the day. You might still be able to hit Yuji if you fight him the same way you would fight Tono. But you're not as likely to hit him, and if you do, you're probably not catching him with as clean of hits. And Hanami obviously knew that if I guess it. I mean, it's an earth spirit. It's an it. Hanami knew that it was not going to win that fight if it was sitting there not being proficient. If it was going to sit there and get half-ass shots on both of them, that's not going to work. So that's why it made Hanami stop for just that split second. And just that split second, when you're fighting two people like those guys, 2 seconds is a lifetime for them to cock back and just cold cock the hell out of you, which we saw them do repeatedly in the fight. Now, with all this being said, was Hanami gonna win that? I still don't know the answer to this. Was Hanami gonna win with that? Like, how strong was that blast? What was gonna happen? I'm sorry, I like the fact that Gojo showed up because he gave us Hollow Purple, but what was going to happen? I need an alternate universe where I see the rest of Tono and Yuji versus Hanami. I need it. I need that. I have an empty hole in my life now, and I don't know what I'm going to fill it with, and that makes me sad. But it also makes me happy because we literally saw Hollow Purple, which... My goodness. I wasn't sure if they were going to do Hollow Purple in episode 20 or not. I didn't know if this was going to be like the big Boogie Woogie episode, and then it's going to be like Bam! Hit him hard. Episode 21 of Purple Hollow. Hollow Purple. Woo! I'm glad we got it in this episode. Obviously, this is something else I have been waiting for. Every single moment with Gojo, I've been waiting for that shit to get animated. Yeah, in case we didn't all know already, that dude's a monster. An absolute monster. And another thing along the line, another thing Gojo makes me think about this episode is after the barrier's dispelled, he looks down and sees Yuji and Toto versus the special grade curse. And then he sees the old man, the principal versus Coat Rack dude. I don't remember his name. He wanted to make Gojo into Coat Rack. He's Coat Rack dude. Or just a psycho ass dude. That's kind of what he was. So he looks and sees the principal, who we imagine the principal to be at least a decent bit stronger than Toto. Now, I get it that it's Toto and Yuji. It's 2-on-1 in that scenario versus the principal and the other dude that is 1-on-1. But I still kind of feel like Gojo kind of did the principal dirty. I don't think Gojo really needed to step in. Maybe he did. Maybe I'm underestimating the other dude, and Gojo obviously just made him look like a punk because that's what Gojo does, but really? I mean, that's a special grade cursed spirit versus 2 students. And then you got this dude who I'm assuming is pretty powerful, but he's going against the head principal of the other school, of the Kyoto school. That dude's gotta be strong as hell. He's gotta be. How could he not be? Did Gojo really need to step in there? I don't really feel like he did. I feel like the principal would have been fine on his own. But I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe he was more likely. Maybe he really was in more danger than Yuji and Toto combined versus a special grade curse. And it's not just as a special grade curse. It's one of those main 3 or 4 or whatever they are that I have too much stuff I'm thinking about right now. I can't get good on details about other stuff in the series. One of those main elemental curse spirits. Her, I don't know. Hanami was the cursed spirit that was, I don't know, were they born from their element? It is the Earth's wrath towards humanity. I don't know. Either way, they have those things, and those ones seem to be particularly strong. But the principal's I don't know. I feel like that was so disrespectful. I'm not a huge fan of the principal. Now, I will say, I am a huge fan of how he seems like this wrinkled, old, crippled man, and then it's just psych, bam, fucking starts rocking out. That is awesome. I love that. But his personality and his attitude toward Yuji and stuff, and it was super stuck in the old ways and super by the books. No, they gotta be exercised. Not a fan of that type of character. But I love the misdirection, because nobody saw that coming. When I hit that in the manga, oh my god, that was a surprise. Wow. And once again, that was done very well in the anime. And honestly, I think this is about all I got. I feel like I've droned on long enough about this. Yeah, finally seeing Hollow Purple was amazing. Honestly, his powers are just crazy. He's stupid broken. The principal, I like that we finally got to see him break out the old rocker guitar. That was awesome. But Boogie Woogie, man. It was a masterpiece. It will always be a masterpiece. Don't tell me otherwise. Boogie Woogie is one of the best anime abilities of all time. Not because of what it is, but because of how well it was utilized. It's dope. Toto, Chato is dope. By the way, Toto got more badasseriness to him. If you look at Toto and you look at Yuji, it's alright, Toto, badass. Yuji, drip for days. Yuji is straight up the drip king. Like I said, Gojo's in his own bubble. Gojo was born with his drip, okay? It was given to him. Yuji just got it. Yuji just has it. So I'm just saying that right now. Yuji, more drip than Todo. Todo, more of a Chad than Yuji. It's fair. It's fine. They both win in their own areas. So yeah, Boogie Woogie, Chado, amazing. I can't wait to see more of him in the anime, especially, honestly, him, Yuji, and Gojo are just incredible. So having all three of them in this episode automatically made the episode a masterpiece. And it's probably one of the most hyped episodes of an anime I've seen in a while. Not best, not greatest, not, oh, it was so deep. It was up there on that hype meter, okay? I mean, it was up there. But anyway, like I said, I've talked long enough about absolutely nothing. This was no kind of review. This is literally just me gushing about the episode, having fun with it because that's what I want to do. And with that being said, don't forget to Boogie Woogie. And I'm out, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.